Boy, stretchy win. We're live. I'm here with my cat and my noisy air conditioner unit because it's 80 fucking degrees in my house and I just probably lost the first couple seconds of monetization. Yay! Because I didn't wait like a full minute to sprinkle fuck in there. Anyway. Howdy, folks. It was gonna happen eventually. My AC unit. My air AC unit. Ooh. Anyway, I don't think it's too much, like, and it's not any worse than my furnace. I'm not even in, like, the direct line of it. So, it doesn't even really cool me that much. It just keeps it not as awful. Hello, Winnie. You can get up on the desk. It's okay. No, she wants to loaf around on the counter. Alright. Anyway, I'm 30, and I forgot to mute my phone, like always, and I have TikTok open, and there's copyrighted music, and I got up to go to the bathroom, and I came back, and I was like, oh shit, it's time to stream, and, you know, typical ADHD crap, you know? I would be doing something a little bit more involved, like, you know, The Sims or maybe Animal Crossing, but, I don't know, I'm kind of soupy. I didn't even do too much yesterday for my birthday, and it's kind of kicked my ass still. I think it was the heat. And today was worse, you know, But hello, everybody that's joining us. Are you ready to see me not understand poker at all? 53. That sounds great right about now. I wouldn't even need my AC unit on right now if I was in 53. I think it's supposed to get around there, like, tonight, but, you know, that won't happen for me until it's more like 10 o'clock. But, for now, my unit is on, mostly so I don't conk out. But yeah, I figured it was gonna have to come on one of these days, sooner or later, because it's gonna get hot, and it's just gonna have to be a background noise. I thought about putting it on eco mode, but then I thought it might be more annoying to hear it coming on and kicking on every now and then it would be just it, you know, being on constantly. I don't know. Anyway, AC Senpai, you know, the arch nemesis of Furnace Senpai, and they're like 3 feet apart from each other. All right, let's get into poker themed game, huh? And then we can see if I need to change any volume levels or whatnot. Now I have played about 4 hours of this. Why did it go full screen? Okay, I guess now it's windowed. Gosh, I hate when games just auto boot in like full screen, even though you've put it in windowed, and then it's like, oh shoot. Oh, I done fucked the up. I gotta go back. Enemies to lovers arc. Yeah, basically. Do I still have this set up? No. Apparently it doesn't wanna... There we go. 3 feet away because they're not gay, basically. Anyway. So, Balatro is how I say it, but apparently the correct way, according to the developer, is Balatro. But that kind of sounds nasally. How was my birthday? It was all right. It was hot, and I didn't do a whole lot because A, it was hot, and B, it felt kind of stupid to ask my in-laws to take me up to, like, out of town to go to, like, 1 or 2 stores, since we had, like, lunch and stuff down in, like, my area. So basically, my birthday consisted of going out to lunch, getting a haircut I didn't fucking want, and then walking around Walmart because that's what my boyfriend wanted to do. So, you know, it wasn't amazing, but, you know, I wasn't expecting to celebrate at all. So, hey. Anyway. Let me go back, because I want to show off. You can customize the decks, and there's references to to different vidjagams. So for like the is this spades? Yes. Okay. I'm an idiot. It's right freaking there. There's The Witcher, there's Cyberpunk, Shovel Knight, Don't Starve, Assassin's Creed. I keep it on Slay the Princess, because I do quite enjoy Slay the Princess. I've got Cult of the Lamb currently. They've got Amogus, guys. Why does that sound so related? Because it's a mood. It's the adulthood mood. Binding of Isaac. Divinity. Original Sin 2. Critical Role, which I feel like they should have just called it Vox Machina, because this is Vox Machina. They have so many damn, I don't even watch their, I watched the animated series Vox Machina, but have I actually watched Critical Role itself? No, not yet. And Bugsnax. Let's put that back to the Cult of the Lamb for now. I originally had this on one of the other ones, but then I was like, oh shit, Fallout. I need to have it on Fallout. Vampire Survivors, I have not played. Ian says that's good, though. I originally had it on Slay the Spire. But Potioncraft, Warframe, I have never touched Warframe. But Vault-Tec, I like, because I was like, oh, we've played, and then Dead by Daylight. I thought, ooh, Fallout, perfect, because we've done that. I keep these ones on Stardew, but I think they could have picked better characters to put on their King, Queen, and Jack, but other ones they've got for the Diamonds is Dave the Diver, Enter the Gungeon, which I am terrible at. No idea what this is. That's the only thing I don't understand that's, a themed deck. Civ 7, and then Rust. Anyway, Stardew Valley. Alright, let's be bad at poker, I guess. I haven't played this on PC. I've been playing in bed in my Steam Deck because I feel... Oh. Bro just broke out. I like your, little visor, you goober. Anyway. Let's be bad at poker. So, I thought, for the most part, we just, chill out. And I already see 2 pairs. Give me the points. Winnie is still up here. I'm surprised. I thought she would have moved on. She's my bestest friend. I tell you what. Got another two pairs right next to each other. Oh, I need to get those boosters for the 2 pairs. When's the last time I played Stardew Valley? I could probably tell you exactly. Hold on a second. Let me find it in my Steam library. October 19th of last year is the last time I played Stardew Valley. God, again with the 2 pairs. God. Anyway, I don't know how to play poker whatsoever, except for blackjack. I understand blackjack. Or according to my mother, because I said to her, hey, do you want to play blackjack? Because it's, the only poker I know how to get, and my mom always loved card games, and just board games, and all sorts of just, sit down sort of games. What are you? Stone card. I'm good, thanks. Let's see what these ones are. Oh god, not the both of it. Oh, you. Damn. Yeah, I tell you, I've been playing more, other games that are, Stardew, archetype-ish. Alright, next round. I'm not even paying, full attention. I'm just here's a thing, and here's a thing. This one's probably not going to be great, because these are all evens. So my Joker's going to do fuck all. Oh, wow, 88, yay! But I get blackjack, and so I played that with my mom, and she's like, what the fuck is blackjack? And so I explained it to her, and she goes, oh, you mean 21. Because she's played poker. She used to play, and I quote, penny poker with, got my aunt and her family and a couple other people, They would get together, like, on weekends, and they would play poker for, like, pennies and, like, dimes and stuff. And the only thing I remember about her telling me about poker nights was the Betty you bitch story. Because she was so sure she had, like, the winning hand, and she was gonna do great. You know, got my aunt's mom, Betty, beat her by, like, you know, 1 or 2 cards. And I remember my mom telling me, and I looked to Betty right in the face, that stupid bitch, and I'm like, oh, Betty, you bitch! So, that's the only egg! Not the egg! Eggins! Anyway, my boyfriend has put about 70 hours into this game, I think. He's been playing my copy, believe it or not. I forget what he was even playing it on. That or it was something like he asked me to buy it because he thought it looked good or something. Because we have, Steam has family sharing, so him and I are on, like, a family sharing thing. So he's been playing, like, my copy, and I've been wanting to try it, but I know I'm, you know, with my ADHD, just like him, I'm gonna be like, ooh, I gotta, you know, play this, and we'd be fighting over it. That's the only egg! Eggant. Oh, goodness. Alright, what do we got? Oh, sign me up for that. Yeesh. What's that? Ratau, I think? I don't know if I want either of these. Anyway, I'll just save my money. Oh, that's nice. Well, play my debuff cards. Yeesh. Meow. I've gotten, like, a grand total of, like, 2 achievements for this game. Which, apparently you can get this on mobile. It's just, like, free on mobile, I guess. Ian has it on frickin' everything. He's got it on his Xbox. He's got it on a Steam Deck. He's got it on, I'm telling you. You get out of here, Scoot. You go on, play my hand. Pierre, you stupid bastard. Being closed on Wednesdays. Oh, good. I've almost done the win. Get out of here. I figured this would be, ooh, 3 of a kind. I figured this would be kind of like mind-nummy, sort of, just podcasty. Like the duck game, where we just chill. Oh, wow, since the last time I played Fable? Wow. That was a long time ago. Yeesh. God, I've been doing this for... I think next month, I think the end of next month, it will literally be, like... Oh, gosh. 12 years? 12 years? That sounds about right. Anyway, give me the jokers. Give me the funky little fellows. Oh... 2 pair. Oh, I can buy more than 1. Ooh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna skip because I'm not a big fan of any of those. Anyway, now I have 2 funky little guys. And get a Celestial pack. I really should try to, like, do Fable again. You're only 24. Girl, I turned, yeah, like, and I don't mean that, like, in a gendered way. I call everybody girl at this point, just like how I call everybody dude. It's gender neutral for me at this point, but I turned 30 yesterday. You talk about feeling old. My 20s died yesterday. Let's see. Pair, 2 pair. Ooh, yeah, let's upgrade that. 11th grade, yowza. Yeah, I figure that my views are so drastically different, these days, because, well, everybody that watched me back in the day when I first started and when I was doing this for, like, the first couple years, everybody's grown up, but also, kids don't see my content anymore, because they implemented that kids only and, like, adults only type content for, like, the for kids, not for kids, stuff with YouTube. So I think, like, a lot of the younger people in the fandoms for the stuff that I make content for, or used to, don't see my stuff at all. I mean, if I can find a way to keep, because I don't think any of the other Fables, other than the remastered version of the first one, is, well, 3 of a kind, is on a PC. That's the only one. But if I could find a way to keep it to a decent temperature in the bedroom where I have, like, my Xbox, because I've got a computer in there that I could stream on occasionally, like on days that my boyfriend's working, like today. It's his first day back to work. He should be getting to work in, oh gosh. He should be getting to work in about, like, a couple minutes, because it's almost about 9 o'clock. Can't take my 2 pairs. Oh, I believe it, people watching me for about a decade. God, y'all have... I must be so different, comparatively speaking, like, to my first, like, year or so of content versus, like, now. Because it was, like, 18 versus 30. I don't know. I would say that I probably don't have as much energy, but it's also, like, I'm not 18 anymore, and I'm also chronically ill. So that you know, might be a difference in that, maybe. Oh, let's see. What do you do? For each Joker card, huh? Alright, gimme. Oh, I guess that's all I can afford for now. Next round. I'm also just kind of mindlessly playing this. This is like a decent, like, shut-off, brain-wise kind of game. I need to, goodness. 22 to 30. I'm still... I mean, I'm maybe a little bit more tired. And... yeah, I don't have my parents anymore, but... I would say that's probably about the biggest changes? Funny how, life happens, huh? But, yeah, to be fair, I had older parents, dude. If my parents were still alive, they would be 67 and 77, I do believe. So, my parents had me at, like, prime time for, like, first grandkid. Oh, goodness. Let's see about upgrading some cards. Ooh. Hollow foil. Alright, I guess I'll take that silly little stone one. Each discarded 9, huh? I can tell you one big change from... let's get King Mayor Lewis. One big change that I've noticed when I've, like, gone back and, like, watched my old stuff, because, oh gosh, I remember a couple of years ago, Aaron wanted me to react to, like, my first ever video, and he came along for the ride, so it was the two of, because he hadn't seen, like, my beginning content, he only had seen, like, my stuff that was current at the time. My intro got a lot faster. And I didn't even notice, because I always thought I was like, what is going on YouTube? You know, really fast, because I've got ADHD, but, like, no, apparently back in the day, I was like, what is going on YouTube? Now I don't even do that anymore, because 90% of my content is stuff I've been, like, I've edited down from streams. Which honestly, I kind of prefer just having like my VODs and. Oh well, way to win in one hand. There we go. I kicked that eye's ass or whatever. I don't even know what the symbols are supposed to be for the bosses, dude. Oh. Got a mega pack. Alright, I'll buy you. And now I can't afford this mega pack. Oof. What do you do? Creates a random joker. Well, I don't want a random joker. I'm quite picky about my jokers, thank you. I'd say 51 and 52 is right about like the age when you start getting kind of old AF. I remember my mom always, not so much my dad, because my dad could have given a fuck, you know, but my mom always, you know, expecting to like go herself in 50, because apparently that's a very common time for people to just die. Like, it's actually kind of an achievement for people to like Heath Ledger, best Joker. Yeah. That being said, I still haven't watched those particular Batmans. I tell you, the only Batman that I've seen is the new one with Robert Pattinson. I'm not a big I'm not a huge Batman fan. I'm definitely more Marvel than DC, but I will tell you what's a damn good DC is oh gosh, I watched it several months ago, but Creature Commandos. That's DC. That's a good one. I recommend that. It's like short. It's only like a season or two or something, and it's pretty chaotic. On my personal Facebook, my profile picture, I changed to G.I. Robot because he was created just to kill Nazis. And I was like, well, you know, the person that owns Facebook is, you know, backing the people that, you know, are currently in power. The people the Nazis support now. Wink, wink. Let's see. Give me my Mega Standard Pack. You're bigger on Marvel than DC. So am I. I do quite love my my Marvel. And I didn't used to. I tell you, the only reason why I'm a Marvel fan today is because, Hulu and Disney Plus did that, like, sign-up thing where when you sign up, you get, like, just, like, 3 months or something, or I don't even know if it was 3 months. I think I got it for about a year, where you can add on all the Disney Plus stuff for only, like, $3 a month. So I was like, alright, you know, because I like to occasionally watch one of the old Disney movies, and, you know, it gave me access to all the Marvel stuff, because Disney now owns Marvel. And so I just decided, you know, they have it in chronological order which Marvel movies you're supposed to watch on there when you go under their Marvel section. So I was like, you know what, yeah, let's you know, see what all the fuss is about. And I'm now a Marvel person. I'd say I need one of the Jokers that, like, boosts face cards or, like, has a multiplier around face cards, i.e. the, you know, these. That being said, even though I have Disney Plus, I don't watch it much. I've been probably watching Hulu the most lately. Currently I'm watching I'm rewatching The Witcher because I watched the first season literally years ago when it came out. And I'm also looking for an excuse to use my Netflix subscription because, you know, I thought, oh, I'm gonna cancel it, or I'm gonna pause it, excuse me. And I raised hell about it on the Discord like a week ago or so, that apparently you could only pause your Netflix subscription if you pay for like the premium, like 4K, you know, they're charging you $30 a month. Yeah, if you pay less than that, you can't pause your subscription. You have to completely cancel it and delete your account. I was like, are you killing me? Are you kidding me? So I was like, all right, fuck it, you know, because comparatively speaking, my Netflix with no ads is like about $20 with tax, right? And with Hulu, I have a bundle with Max and Disney, so I pay for about $30. So for $10 more, I literally get like 3 subscription systems. You've been watching Crunchyroll a lot. I have Crunchyroll on, I had it individually, but like just as a single account, but I ended up deleting it and then, linking it to getting a new account because I couldn't just link it, which kind of pissed me off. But I added the subscription to my Amazon, which, by the way, we hate Amazon because millionaires and whatnot eat the rich. But let me tell you, if you're low income, like if you're on Medicaid, food stamps, etc., and you have cards to prove that, you can get Prime for half price. So that means you get, free same day and next day delivery and 2-day delivery and everything on Prime for only about $7 a month as opposed to like 14. You're welcome. All they need is like a state ID and like whatever information to prove that you're on. For me, it's like Medicaid. In New York, they have, like, cards for people specifically low income and for insurance. So I just sent them that. Even ones, thank you. Yeah, and like, I've been paying like $7 instead for several years. I personally, for me, it's a little bit more now, because I paid the extra, like, $2-3 a month for the no ads, because they pulled that shit, but, if you want, like, the free delivery, I mean, like, not that there's always a lot of interesting stuff on Prime, but, like, you get, like, a lot of other perks, so, It's not the worst thing in the world, but I like, when I can do stuff like that, because I can justify, like, adding on, like, Crunchyroll to my Amazon, because, well, not including, like, the no ads fee, I pay, like, $7.99 for Prime, and I pay $7.99 for Crunchyroll. That's about what I'd be paying full for Prime, so it's almost like I'm getting, the one for free. Oof. No repeat rounds. Oof, that's gonna be a pain in the butt. Okay. Well, let's just do a pair. So I probably won't get a single pair. Yeah, I just finished Vox Machina the other day. Very, very, very good. I'm a big fan. I think they should, well, gosh, don't they... Critical Role, they have all sorts of, like, side shit, don't they? They've got, you can get out of here for now, because Oh, 3 of a kind. There we go. That's already a different hand. I wish they would do, like, more animated content. Like they did for Vox Machina, specifically. I think, some of their other ones they have comics of, but... I personally like watching media more than reading it. Usually, not always, but they do. All right, well, I'll have to look into that a smidge more. I just know that it's been in like my back pocket for a while, and I just decided like a week ago or so, you know what, fuck it, I'll watch it, and I really liked it. I'm like, fuck, all their things are like this. I should just probably watch their D&D sessions. I've been meaning to watch, like, other people play D&D, because I've mentioned a little bit on Oh, what's it? Let's see. What could I get rid of? I'll sell you and buy you. There we go. Yeah, I knew that. I knew Caleb was definitely named after a Critical Role character. It's upgrade my plays. Oof. I should so I am out of my Pepsi. I gotta. I'm such a frickin' cheapskate. Here I am telling people how to save money and crap. I got a coupon thing on like my DoorDash because they do like all the time with like certain restaurants and stuff. They're like, hey, here's things, save money, get a deal. So like I got a deal and it's like you could save $6 if you buy 2 Cokes, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll get 2 Cokes. So now I've got a Coke in my fridge and I gotta get it. But my fridge is right freaking next to me because, you know, I'm in my fucking kitchen. Ugh. I'm actually kind of glad that I stream out here now. Well, geez. Freaking clown juice, sounding ass. I have to share straws between all my drinks. Because, you know, McDonald's doesn't know how to fucking pack straws. At least when you order... when you order DoorDash, they don't. Ugh. You love saving money. Honestly, who doesn't? We do quite love savings. That's I've got to save a little bit more. Now, luckily, I'm kind of okay for the time being because Ian's going back to work. He's probably at work right now. He's working a different house than he ever has before, so I'm kind of worried he's going to bite off a little bit more than he can chew, because they asked him if he wanted to fill in a certain shift, right? So he said yes. Have the awful paper straws. No, well, currently I'm using one from Arby's, because Arby's gave me, like, when I ordered from them like several days ago, they gave me 2. So I saved them for, like, the next time a restaurant doesn't give me a freaking straw. I have my own straws. I have silicone reusable straws, but they don't fit in the cups very well. I love them. They're great for regular drinks, though, but hit them with that heterosexual play. But so anyway, yeah, I've got an Arby's straw, or wherever I got it from. I just know it's red. Our McDonald's, our local one, went with the biodegradable plastic, which I'm fine with. I prefer that to the paper straws. I hate paper straws because they literally melt. But what could I get rid of? I think I've gotten my use out of you, so join the team, I guess. But they stopped doing it because I guess people complained enough. I don't know. I guess it doesn't surprise me because, again, I live right on the border of New York and PA. So one side is doing one thing and the other side is doing something else. Like, the New York side 100% bans plastic bags, all that other stuff. You have to get paper or you have to buy overpriced reusable bags for grocery shopping in New York State. But Pennsylvania still has legal plastic. So consider, you know, the fact that my McDonald's is in, you know, across the border. It's on the PA side. Yeah, they they went back to plastic straws because I think people probably complained a little bit too much. I think they just need to find a way to fucking recycle straws. I don't know. But the biodegradable plastic, like, yeah, it's flimsy as fuck, but, like, I didn't mind it that much. Like, yeah, you can't really chew it. Like, you can't, like, go for the stimming and, like, chew it, because you're gonna crack it. But I definitely prefer that. I know, the AMC theater is, which if you're not, I don't think they have AMCs outside of the US, but anyway, AMC's like the It Girl theater of the US. But our local AMC, whenever they're doing plastic straws, or they're doing the paper straws, they Ian and I will go and they'll hand us like 6. Because at least one straw, you know, you're gonna have to go through 1 straw per person. Oh, the egg is back, guys. Eggant. Reusable bags and still plastic straws. I believe it. And I don't mind, like, the reusable plastic, but, like, the one thing that I hate is my local Walmart. The closest one is in Pennsylvania. They have plastic bags. It's fine. I personally reuse plastic bags. What I use them for is whenever I get a Walmart order, any of them that don't have, like, giant holes in them, I save, and I use them to, like, scoop my litter boxes, and then I, you know, tie them up and toss that in the trash, okay? So, like, I get use out of them, and it's also, like, I feel like it's a very stereotypical, like, New Yorker thing to just have a bag full of other bags. Because I've always had a bag full of other bags. And I didn't realize it wasn't normal until I found memes about it. So I'm like, you know, coded to just naturally have a bunch of them. Because I don't know any different, honestly. Ooh, can I... Got that heterosexual play here. Not that I talk to my one cousin, but I'm related to somebody that... Oh, that is okay, good. I was gonna say, I've heard always people, like, joking about it. I'm like, wait a minute, normal people don't do that? I actually prefer the plastic bags, you know? Because then if something happens to them, I don't care. What I really hate is, again, my Walmart has the plastic ones. I reuse those. But the problem is when I go, like, out of town, like up where Ian lives, if I go to his, you know, Walmart, they don't ever have reusable bags. They're always out. They never have paper. So you have to, like, you're mandatory. You have to bring your own. And if you forget, like Ian and I always freaking do, it's too bad you're up shit creek without a paddle, bitch. Everyone you know has a bag of bags. Well, I tell you what my mom had. I've lost it, but I need to see if I can find another one. My mom used to have this little lady. If that makes sense. My mom used to have this, like, little, like, maiden sort of thing. Hello, boo. Come on over. She had this little maiden thing, and, like, the underside of her skirt is where you would stuff, like, the bags in. So she had a really full skirt when you were full up on bags. And you could tell when she would get skinnier and skinnier that you have to start saving your bags again. And it got so dusty, and my mom, like, instead of just washing it, because it was very, you know, very sheer fabric, it would probably, you know, split to all hell. She ended up, you know, just tossing it out. And I'm, like, so upset that it's gone, because now I'm like, I want my little bag lady. She was so cute. She had a little bonnet, and she had, like, like, twine for, like, curls and stuff. Like, a little sewn-on face. It was so fucking cute. I miss my little bag woman. Oh, jeez. Okay, what else? Yeah, maybe I should upgrade straight, because that's still level 1, and I have been getting a couple of straights. The heterosexual community. Don't you know? Oof, two whole jacks. 2 jukes, baby. I don't even know if this is fun to watch. I'm just, you know, rambling away. Let me see if Ian's bitching about anything. Nope, I haven't gotten any posts from him just yet. Oops. Making the Deathclaw Mother the queen that was a choice. Might have been funnier to make it a ghoul lady. Oh, if you imagine if they made it Beatrix. Oh, that would have been funny. You got a bunch of screwdrivers in your house. Dude, I keep losing my screwdrivers. Ian bought this, like, big set. We were... I tell you, I don't know if it's just because he and I are both neurodivergent or what, but we got excited about a year ago because he purchased his first tool set because we couldn't ever find, like, my screwdrivers whenever he needed them, because he uses all that sorts of stuff because he's always working on his guitars and such. And, you know, I'm always looking for one here and there occasionally. You're just here for the hey, you know, that's kind of what I expect with some of these streams that are like the more like just put it on and do something else. I do that kind of crap. Permanently gave one more discard. Yes, please. Wasteful redeemed. Well, yeah, it has like a set of 3. It's got a flat head, it's got a Phillips head, and then my favorite one is this one that has changeable like tips that are magnetic, and you can just swap them out if like you need a smaller one or a bigger one. And those ones for that screwdriver, and I can't believe I'm excited about this. I can tell I'm fucking 30, dude. Like, I got excited because our third screwdriver does not only a bunch of different sizes of flats, Phillips, and Allens. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is the shit. That being said, we have now lost the box that has all those fancy tools. $1 God, I saw the $1 down here, and I instantly thought of that one. Was it Progressive or Geico or whatever with that one ad with them dunking on other freaking insurances, screwing you over? And it's the fisherman with the $1 on his fishing hook. I got you $1. Oh, you almost get it? You gotta be quicker than that. Stupid ads, I swear. It's interesting to think, like, how different advertisements are just based on what country you're in. Because, just talking to both the Alexes, since I know 2 Alexes and they're both in 2 different countries from me, I learn all sorts about, like, what type of advertisements are on. And apparently, like, American advertisements are far different from what they have over in the UK. Like, we actually have kind of funny ads, so, like, whenever there's new funny, like, all the new adverts that they do for the Super Bowl, I always send them to Alex, because I started sending him my favorites from each year, and he goes, this is just, they play all year, and I'm like, yeah. We get new ones, like, once a year, in February, when, you know, sports ball event happens. Ugh. Some of my favorites were, the Clean Mouth with Orbit, which was, you know, the cheating husband, and they're all, like, cussing each other out with non-swear words. You son of a biscuit-eating bulldog with the French toast. You really thought I wouldn't find out about your cootie queen? Who are you calling a cootie queen, you licker? Pickle you, kumquat. That and the, oh gosh. The whisper battle in the for Oreos, whether the cookie or the cream is the better part of the Oreo, and they started having a huge fight in the library, and then the cops just bust down the wall on the frickin' speakers of their vehicle. You guys gotta stop fighting. We're the cops. Would you stop it, Missy? I don't know what you think you hear, but I'm telling you, you don't. Madam Bork. I can't afford the new planet pack. First hand is drawn face down. Okay. That's nice. I guess I'm just gonna pick 5 and hope. Oh. Well, I got a pair, I guess. A cookie and Oreos. I think my boyfriend prefers the frosting. To me, it's just a frickin'... It's just a cookie, dude. Like, all parts of it are the cookie. It's all good to me. In my mind, you can't have one without the other. And also, I feel like I'm so indecisive. Like, sometimes I think I prefer this better. And then other times, I'm like, I think I prefer this part better. It's... We got our 3 of a kind. Go. Scoot 9. There were also, I remember, for Super Bowl ads, there being some really kind of uncomfortable and upsetting ads. Like, I will never forgive Mountain Dew for Puppy Monkey Baby. If you know, you know. If you don't need to know. It was horrible. Yeah, I guess I gotta try. I don't think I'm gonna win this round, dude. This is my last hand. Oops. I mean, I made it almost halfway there. Thanks for spracking words of wisdom at me there, Joker. Puppy Monkey Baby was such an odd thing, I tell ya. Ooh. I don't know why they did it. I remember Mountain Dew always having some, like, kind of odd ads. I remember they had one ad where it was just, like, a really chubby nerd with, like, zits all over his face. And, well, bless you, but why are you on my washing machine? So Winnie's on my washer. And it was like this Victoria's Secret model type, and then they just started making out, and that was the ad for Mountain Dew. And it went on way longer than it should have. It was really uncomfortable. I don't watch the Super Bowl anymore, so, like, I don't know what ads are. I also don't watch, like, regular TV anymore, because I have all these damn subscriptions. So, honestly... if it's not occasionally popping up on... Well, bless you again. Maybe you shouldn't be doing something you're not supposed to, or else you wouldn't be sneezing. Oh, she's giving me the dirtiest of looks. Ooh, excuse me. Heterosexual. I've never watched somebody else play Balatro. I don't know if that's a common joke. I don't know, dude. I played a straight. How heterosexual. See, you almost sneezed again. It's because you're being stinky. I really don't care if she's on my washer. Cable's like 80. I mean, I think for me, just because I already pay, like, for Spectrum, I think cable with, like, basic cable, which I'm not interested in the slightest, is like maybe 40. But like, I don't want it. Alright, let's see what jokers they got in this pack. A hand with exactly 4 cards. guess I'll go for that. Currently, I just pay Spectrum for internet. And I pay for, like, the good internet because I'm a streamer. I kind of need the halfway decent internet. I know Ian appreciates it because when he's over here and he tries to install something, it actually takes, like, a decent amount of time. It doesn't, you know, it goes by pretty quickly. It doesn't take, like, you know, 70 years like it does at his parents' house. Because his parents are cheap. Which, I mean, I get it, because, like, that's why they have their money, but... I get, you know, rich people get their money from being frugal, but... I don't have to like it. Wow! Literally none of those help me. They're all just plain-ass cards. Okay. Dude, this is literally just like an electrical tower thing. Like the poles. You know the ones. I'm sure Freya knows them. I say as if, you know, she's ever stepped outside a day in her life. If she has, it was in a cage because I was taking her someplace. Or bringing her home. Well, there we go. I did it, guys. Gotta up the ante. Got $9 whole. 4 of a kind. I don't get 4 of a kind often. Give me the Joker pack. Let's see if it's anything interesting. Hearts. Alright, that's a good one. I'm getting one of the ones with, like, that boosts the suits, or... You know... Oh, goodness, like... odds or evens or whatever. They're pretty good. Take my pairs. I don't really have a choice in internet. I really only... because I live out in the boonies, and the only thing that comes out here is Spectrum. So, I'm kind of stuck with them. I think with basic internet, I could... because I think I had it when, you know, my mom was still alive, and, you know, my parents are paying for the internet. But, like... I can do better quality stuff and have, like, less dips if I, you know, pay a little bit of extra. And it also means I can download games way faster. So it's worth it in my mind, but, you know, to somebody that's frugal AF, probably not so much. But then again, these are also the people that think that my job isn't real, so... We've talked about that in the past. I couldn't even escape it on my birthday. I got shit for, you know, they're gonna da-da-da-da-da, and I don't think, you know, the YouTubes are gonna cut it, and they're gonna take away your insurance. Okay, so my symptoms get worse, and I have to just, you know, stick it out until people riot, until they put free insurance back. I pay about $120 a month too. See, the thing is with Spectrum is they're like, we have bundle deals where you know, you package shit together, where if you have more things, the less it costs. Yeah, my in-laws are very sick. Now I understand it's all because they they care, and honestly, I think probably their biggest concern is that they don't want me leeching off their son. Which I guess would be valid, but, like, do you have any idea? They're like, you need to get, like, a 20-hour-a-week minimum job, or else you're not going to have insurance. Okay? Yeah, they care. They do, but, like, they're also controlling. They're a pain in the ass. They're kind to me. I mean, I can't complain a whole lot, because do you want to know what I got for my birthday from them? Although, technically, Ian's dad isn't supposed to know, because his mom is far better than his dad. 90% of our issues with his parents is his dad. Do you want to know why we don't have a car right this second? Ian's dad. That's entirely it. Because she's such, like, yeah, she's frugal too, but, like, she's also a mom, and she's a lot more, like, she's a lot similar to, like, my mom. She's a bit more strict, but she, you know, this is the woman that would, you know, sneak me money whenever we'd visit after my mom died, just so that we had some extra money, and, you know, I'd get in the car, and she gave me $100, or something like that. Do you all know what I got for my birthday that Richard's not supposed to know about? I got $400. That pays for 90% of my bills. Not my groceries, but my regular bills, not including groceries, is about $600 a month. But I'm comfortable kind of thinking about spending that on me, because Ian's back to work. I never told the why I think he's in over his head. I think he's going to be in over his head and frickin' whipped, because, so he's working tonight, right, 9 to 9. So that's his normal shift, 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. It's usually pretty chill. It's usually just, you know, some laundry catch-up, and, you know, just sitting around in case the patients need you, doing some paperwork, you know. There's not a lot that goes on so long as the patients are, you know, sleeping normally. Maybe there's once a month a fire drill, but it's really not that eventful. The day shift is where you actually have to do a little bit more work. The most work you have to do is in the morning, making sure patients get their meds and they get their breakfast, and if they're signed up to go to a day program, which is basically like glorified adult daycare, you get them ready for that, and one of them will... someone will drive them to that, and then your shift ends, right? So it's not really that eventful. But they asked if he could fill in at a house in, that's really not that far, but apparently it's an apartment, and the patients pretty much can do stuff on their own. I don't know about this house he's working at tonight, because he's never worked at this one, but he signed up to fill in for 3 to 9. So his work shift this week is 9 p.m. tonight to 9 a.m. tomorrow, about 30 minutes away from his parents' house. 3 p.m. tomorrow, he has to be at work at a place maybe like 15, 20 minutes away, 3 to 9. And then he has to go directly back to his regular house that he was working in before he quit for a couple months, and then work 9 to 9 there. And that's his work week this week. And that's after, you know, convincing one of the managers. Who's beating up a pickle? Sorry, there's crinkling. One of my cats is beating up one of their crinkle toys. But yeah, he works about like 36 hours a week, so long as he doesn't get stuck. If he gets stuck, it's longer, of course, but yeah, this is also a job that you're likely to get stuck for 24 hours. So if he gets out on time at all of these places, yeah, he's gonna be... They originally, he was talking to one of the other people that asked, can you fill in? They wanted him to go straight from this one job in... go straight back to this apartment, work another 12 hours there, and then go back to his regular 12... You know, it would be basically like a 36-hour, 48-hour shift. And you want to know, they can legally do it. They can legally do it because it's healthcare. It does pay well. It's $21 an hour. $5 to $6 more an hour if he gets his CNA license. But the downside to this job is, you know, they can just say, hey, you need to work a 12-hour shift 2 hours away today. They can, if they want to do that to you, like a couple hours before your shift, yeah, they can do that. The one bright side to getting stuck, because Ian's gotten stuck for 24-hour, 36-hour shifts at the same house before. You're allowed to, after a 12-hour shift, if you're stuck for longer, you're allowed to sleep. And Ian's regular house, that I think he's going to be working at tomorrow night, right? That one he's allowed to sleep at. Because he knows those patients, he's worked with them for like a good couple years. Yeah, it's because they're understaffed. He's also signed up because now he's been, you know, he's been signed back up. They're understaffed. But all of them get treated that way. But it's only 3 shifts a week, so he works weekends, and then the rest of the week is his, and it pays very well. And before he quit back in about, like, October, he was making maybe, like, $16 an hour. Now he's making 21. And if he gets stuck, they pay you more. Like, if you get stuck for more than your 12-hour shift, it goes up, like, probably $5 to $7 more an hour. Capitalism, derogatory. Sounds like that's not his problem. Yeah. Well, the problem is because they do central scheduling. This is half the reason why he quit in the first place. And he's only back now because they're working on closing. I've told you guys about the quote-unquote problem house, I'm sure. But the problem house is almost 3 hours away from my house. I mean, it's a little bit more like 2.5 hours from his parents' house. But, yeah, they want him working, like, at that house. And it's also a house that gets, you know, oh, we are likely to get stuck. Ian was stuck there for a full 72 hours before somebody finally relieved him. And that's happened twice. And that's the main reason why he left the first time. They're finally trying to shut that place down. But they're waiting on the state. Apparently the state is dragging their feet. That's the main reason why Ian is back. But his biggest issue is that problem house. Management is kind of, you know, breaking the law when it comes to, like, abandonment and patient well-being. But the way the state sees it is, because they put in the central scheduling, they pick from whoever, can you fill in? No, you can't? Well, too bad, you have to. It's mandatory. You have to clear your schedule, you have to. Don't like it, quit. Is how they they treat it. But it's healthcare. It's like, you know, working at the hospital. If the nurse that's supposed to relieve you, it calls in sick, you're stuck. It's just too bad. The problem with the problemed house is because management just lets these people, you know, get bed sores and all the other problems. The state sees it as everybody that works there is abusive and needs to be in prison right now. The downside is they don't take into account whether or not you were filling in or if this is your regular house. So if the state comes in for an audit randomly, you're working at that house and someone has shit in their pants, everybody gets arrested for abuse. Even if it's not your assigned house, you're only there for... And that's half the reason why Ian quit, because he was, you know, he's expecting him to pull crap and him get arrested. And it'd be more than just losing his license to work in the state. This is also a company that fired one of his best coworker friends, claiming that she was talking back and getting loud with the manager when the manager was being a literal bitch, and also she's a black woman. Ian is only back there because every single place that he's looked to try to get a job, he's either not gotten an interview or hasn't gotten hired or whatever. So as shitty as this job is, unfortunately, it's reliable. And as long as he's just at the one house that he's used to, it's not that bad, because he knows all the people at his regular... They name it by, like, the street that they're on. So his regular house is Sweetbriar, because it's on a street called Sweetbriar. And he knows, like, all the patients, and they're annoying, but if he gets stuck to fill in till, like, you know, till 2 in the afternoon, usually they give you the night off. Or, you know, they pay you extra, or, you know, there's something that makes it, like, at least slightly decent, but you are legally allowed to, like, sleep there, and he likes it so much because at his regular house at Sweetbriar, he can sleep all night. That's what he does. He does all his paperwork on the last day of the week, Sunday morning, or, well, I guess now it's going to be Monday morning, because he's been swapped over a day. But yeah, he likes it because 90% of the time he can sleep. And the most he has to do is do some laundry and some paperwork. So long as he's not in, like, a unruly house that, you know, is demanding. They don't care if you sleep so long as if, like, something happens, you can get up. And, which Ian is remarkably good at that. He's set alarms, like, 2-3 minutes before he's had to leave and be out the door. And I've woken him up and he's like, oh, yep, okay, time for work. And he just gets up and goes. He's always been that way. Apparently he did that in school, too. He would set his alarm, like, for 5 minutes before he had to be on the bus. But he likes it because he gets paid, you know, $20 an hour to basically sleep. So I guess I can't blame him. And it is a little bit more reliable than, like, some of the other stuff. And I physically can't work regular jobs. Which is the biggest issue with Ian and his parents. Because they don't understand that. They think it's just a little bit of, I just get dizzy. And, you know, I get overheated easily. And sometimes if it's bad, I pass out. No, it's... Even today, well over 24 hours later, I feel like crap, and I've got brain fog very severe, because I dared to go out to lunch, get a haircut, and walk around Walmart for an hour, and then go home in hot weather. That's... They don't, no matter how many times I tell them, it's gonna take me being nasty. I'll bet money it will. Because it's not like I want to be, like, you know, appear to be a quote-unquote lazy individual. Because that's how some people see it. Passing out is pretty bad. Yeah, it is. No, I'd just use that right now. Press the wrong button. But it's stuff like... I took a shower, and now I can't do anything else for the rest of the day. It's crap like, well, here's what has to get done this week, and, you know, oh, I have to do 2 tasks today. Guess I can't brush my teeth and shower because that's gonna exhaust me, and I won't be able to do the tasks that need to get done today. They only see me on good days, which is the problem. Now, his mom has seen me almost pass out. That happened when... Oof, excuse me, when Ian was in the hospital. When they were figuring out, like, you know, before he got his gallbladder removed, they were trying to figure out what was going on. I didn't eat before we left, because I was worried about him, you know, like a typical person. And instead of just, you know, going up and grabbing, like, something from a vending machine, I didn't really feel well. So I just kind of just sat around and, like, tried not to pass out, and then I was in the midst of it, because it was hot and stuffy in there. I haven't, but I probably should. It's really gonna take me probably just being kind of loud and grumpy about it. I haven't sat down. I kind of just have been, you know, meek and, oh, yep, uh-huh, oh, I get that, yeah. I need to basically tell him, like, if I work a, you know, 15 to 25 hour a week job, I will not be able to take care of myself and my home. They give me such crap because, why do you order food all the time? It's such a waste of money. Well, Richard. You always know when I'm like, sassing my in-laws, because I call them by their full names. Richard or Judith. Sometimes I don't feel well enough to even stand the 2 minutes in front of the microwave to microwave something to eat. But I sure the hell can press buttons on my phone to get DoorDash delivery and then claw my way out of bed to grab a bag outside and go back to my bedroom and, like, lay down and eat. So I'm just reading a chat here. Yeah, they do need to see me on a bad day. I keep trying to, like, show them, like, the other day, we went out early, like, on a Wednesday, the Wednesday before Mother's Day, because Judy didn't want to go out on Mother's Day, which is valid, because everybody goes out to lunch or dinner for Mother's Day. So, very, very, valid. Ooh, the tower. I get that one a lot when I do tarot readings. It's not a good one. It's, honestly probably the worst card of the tarot. Anyway. I do like that, this game is like, hey, power-ups, it's tarot cards. Oh, goodness. I was hoping that I would pass. I did not mean to hit play. Oops. Well, you know what? I got points anyway, so it's fine. I was hoping I would pass out during, you know, dinner for early Mother's Day. I tried to tell them that, you know, just, you know, because Judy asked me how I was, and I was like, oh, you know, I'm okay. Just kind of dizzy because, you know, being in the car, and she goes, well, what, was it a bumpy ride? And I'm like, no, it was fine. It's just being on the highway at, like, you know, 60, 70 miles per hour sometimes makes me dizzy, which is another reason why I shouldn't drive. I got somebody else's their take on, they've wanted to drive, and they have POTS, and they're finally, like, driving again, and she said, I can't go over 30 miles per hour because I get dizzy otherwise. That sounds exactly like me. Now I gotta ask my doctors if I even had, if I ever even had a panic disorder to begin with, because POTS is so commonly diagnosed as, like, misdiagnosed as anxiety. And now that I'm looking back on it, because I had a panic attack, like, you know, I had two, I don't know, almost a week ago. Just out of the blue. But, you know, I was doing stuff that typically would trigger them. So now I'm starting to wonder, like, do I actually have a panic disorder? Or is my body just acting, you know, accordingly to, you know, situations that trigger my POTS? No repeat hand. Oh, shit, I forgot about that. It is hot and humid. I'm in the same boat. That's why my AC is on. Anyway, we're talking about, since Dex has joined us, we're talking about, you know, my in-laws being there. Being themselves. Son of a bitch. I hit play instead of... It's because I'm chatting and reading chat, and I'm done diddly multitasking. Yeah, I think we're gonna be fine. Yep, I win. Whew. 32. I got a lot. Get out of here. The eye. Oof. Mr. Peeper. Waste some money and see if any of these jokers are good. Of course I get the fucking egg. Dude, skip. Get out of here. I don't want these. I guess I take the glass 4 and hope it doesn't break. Spades or clubs. Alright. You can get out of here. Was life simpler 10 years ago? It was. I had more panic attacks, you know, like 10 years ago, but honestly, I think thinking back, like whenever I have panic attacks, it's always been like when stuff would trigger my POTS. So now I wonder, like, am I just having panic attacks because, you know, my POTS is acting up, or, you know, what? Because sometimes I'll have panic attacks and pass out before I was even, you know, diagnosed. Or even suspected having the pots and pans disease. It's not really a disease, it's a disorder. But when I've had my first one the other day, it was in the shower, which is where I would normally get them. But my one doctor at the time said it's likely because, you know, oh, it's too hot in there. Well, now I know that, like, taking a hot shower is, like, one of the biggest triggers for POTS, because sometimes I'll take a shower and then I can't do anything else for the rest of the day. Like, that's just it. I've had my one. That's my thing for the day. It could have also been because, you know, when I was having them, I was far more stressed than I am now, because Ian wasn't confirmed for, you know, being back to work yet, so there was, you know, a lot on my mind. So at the time, I was seeing it as, oh, okay, everything's awful all the time, like it always is, which is probably why I was having panic attacks when I was younger too, because somebody was always in the fucking hospital, somebody was always, you know, ooh, this is it, this is the end. That's how it was with my Nana. Like, she was always, yep, this is it. She's dying. She has kidney cancer. This is it. And then, like, yep, see you in 2 months where we'll repeat this. And then, you know, I was fine for a couple of years, and then my parents started to fall apart, and they had their shtick. And what I was going through, you know, when I had, I failed the run. But what I was going through before Ian, like, got back to work, I was like, well, let's see. I've got about $900 left in my bank account. YouTube won't pay me yet because I haven't made $100 yet, so they won't send me my money. And not that it would help me much anyway, only $100. That doesn't do too much for me. But no luck from Ian. They're still, you know, pushing him around, and oh yeah, well, they'll schedule you eventually, you know, crap. And I had $3,000 in credit card debt. I mean, I still do, but that's where I was at. I'm like, okay, everything's horrible all the time again. So I could see why my body would say, yes, we're back again. This feels like death, probably. I think the biggest problem was I didn't want to ask my in-laws for help because it would turn into something. where they, you know, be able to puppet me or something, or, you know, well, we'll only help you if da-da-da-da-da. And I'm still, you know, kind of concerned about that crap. Like, you know, we need a car. We had an accident in, like, November. It's been 6-7 months. We still don't have a vehicle. You know, it's gonna be some crap like, well, we'll help you buy a car, but Kristen has to get a part-time job, and, you know, it'll be something stupid like that, you know? It's not like I didn't try. I had an interview. I probably was 100% likely to get the job that I interviewed with. And I probably would have been okay. But the reason why I didn't was because, A, it was a job that I would be getting paid under the table. It would only be about 10 to 12 hours a week, which I thought, oh, that sounds perfect. But with what she would have been paying me, because it was Pennsylvania, New York State, for about the same stuff, probably would have been paying me like 16, 17 an hour, running a shop by myself. Yeah, this lady wanted me to run the entire shop by myself when most of the time she wouldn't even be there. And if she was, she would be in the other room busy. So, and like, don't bother her. Stocking stuff, checking people out, and being monitored on cameras 90% of the time. Oh, but also don't ever, like, tell her if you need a sick time or whatnot. Don't even come to her as her manager. You have to work that out with your coworkers. Oh, and she was only going to pay $10 an hour, which would equate to about, like, $100 a week. And I was like, and I can't even get, like, a tax return each year because she's doing under the table shit. I'm like, no thank you. That night, I also, you know, I'm a tarot reader. I do it in my off time, and I asked, you know, a couple questions about that job. How, yeah, I would 100% get that job if there was some hold up, like, she wanted me to do, like, an advertisement for something that wasn't, you know, really a thing on, like, Canva, and I was like, well, I could just, like, draw something and it'll be like, once again, instead of fucking discard, I hit play. God damn it. But I would have gotten it, but I figured it would be one of those things where I would eventually have to quit, and, like, my tarot cards kind of like confirm that. Which, if you don't believe that crap, that's fine. For me, it's like psychological bullshit, and sometimes it makes me feel better and gives me confidence, and I don't, like, you know, consult my deck for every decision in my life or whatnot, but I'm just kind of like, this probably isn't going to work out very well, is it? Yeah, probably not. But anyway, that's why I can I can look at, like, the cards in this game, like the tarot, and be like, ah, yes, that's a bad card. Well, that one was the Tower, though, I think. That I was saying was a stinky card, you know. That was the bad. Take my heterosexual... Oh, 8 people here. Well, thank you for joining me for this mess. Sorry, I'm kind of soupy today. My brain is still a little because it's like 80 degrees and very hot. It's cooling down now, but it's still a little humid and musty in my house. So for now, it's ugh. The club suit, huh? Alright. Well, there goes all my money. I will try it. Of course, I get one about the club suit, and then all the clubs are deactivated. Oops. Go on, get out of here, Scoot. Take a pair. I'm not very confident about this run. It's... Get rid of those. Oh, yep, there's another... Again, soupy brain. Which, honestly, yeah, I don't think I could work, like, a job where I'd have to be waiting on people and stuff, because when I get really soupy, like I am now, like, I can hardly focus, dude. Like, just chatting with you guys and, you know, which is basically talking to myself, and occasionally looking over to read chat, and, like, clicking on this is, like, about the most that I can do right now. As sad as that is. So if somebody asked me how much something was, I'd be like, yes. Yeah, I think I lose. Oof. Yep. I just ate shit this run. Oof. Let's see. I've got all these other decks. Let's swap to red. I get an extra discard or whatever. I don't know, dude. Three of a kind. That won't equal much because it's only 2s. Oh, dear God, Freya! Who? She jumped up on my chair. She's now sharpening her nails on it. Yes, hello. Do you want to live stream with me? There's Silly Billy. It's, apparently Balatro is a game that also makes OBS do the... I was gonna try to put on my webcam to show off baby, but I guess we can't do that. You're just gonna have to imagine a stinky little gray cat. Use your imagination. I've posted enough pictures of her in the Discord. Y'all should know what she looks like by now. Yeah, of course she's welcome. She just, she startles me. She beats up my chair, dude. Like, she just loves clawing it and sharpening her nails on it. She loves jumping on the back of it, whether I'm on it or not, and just clawing the hell out of it. Sure. And now I can't afford that. Probably should have just gone for the pack of them, but, you know. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, is what my mom would probably say. Maybe. I don't know. Or she would say, Betty, you bitch. I don't know. Betty, you bitch. And whenever my mom would tell me that story after Betty died, she goes, I'm sorry, Betty, you're not a bitch. You're just dead. I shouldn't say that now. She's dead. I'm like, no, say it. She'd probably find it's funny. Well, she did find it was funny when I called her a bitch during penny poker. Well, see, then don't. Just like how I don't feel bad at all whenever I... I'm sure y'all in the Discord have seen me go on about, dead mom's, Mother's Day shirts. About having a deceased mother. Those shirts. Yeah, I fucking love those. Like, if they weren't $30 a piece to get, like, t-shirts that, like, just shit talk, like, having a dead mom, dude. I would so have one. I noticed that while I was, what was I editing? Either Oblivion or Animal Crossing. It might have been Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing edits are coming out soon. But I was editing it and I found myself talking about... I can't talk right now. I'm talking to my mom and it's a pink Ouija board. And just those type of shirts. I've got a jar of dirt and it says either mom or dad on it. Like... And apparently they do just, like, multiple, like, dead parent ones, or even, like, both. So I might have to get a couple of those when I save up, or make some t-shirts myself, because a lot of people would be, isn't that in bad taste? Your parents wouldn't appreciate that. Well, my dad might, kind of go, whatever, but my mom would think they're fucking hysterical. Because she actually had a sense of humor. Whew, I tell you. There's a reason why people always loved when I did content with my mom. Not that my dad wasn't funny, he had his moments, but my mom was a lot more gregarious, is the word. Oh, what am I doing? Put these ones. There we go. She was funnier and she was more personable, I guess. That's probably why she was a bit more popular, but... I still go back and watch the, highlights video that I made of, like, all the content I did with my parents. To cheer my mom up after, like, my dad was gone for a couple of years. So I do watch my own content, like, called waiting for all the narcissist comments. Don't talk the woohoo word. Oh my god, I'm ashamed of ourselves. That was just a personality she decided to just, like, flip on a switch and just start using. I didn't coach her or anything. She looks kind of swarmy. Oh, you slut puppy whore dog. My parents did have some whack phrases, I tell you. There was one I thought about earlier today, and I was like, I need to tell chat that the next time I'm live that I remembered one, and I've now forgot it. Thanks, ADHD. Oh shit! Again, I hit play. Alright, go on. Take my pair. My pair of D's nuts. I'm not old enough to be here. And if I'm not old enough to be here, none of y'all are old enough to be here, because... Because if 30 ain't old enough, nobody's old enough. Except for people that are like 90. Is that a fucking banana? Well, apparently it could just self-destruct. I don't know if I want self-destructing banana. This is Balatro, however you want to say it. Can I continue if I just... Yeah, okay. I wanted to show menu. Yeah, it's this one. I couldn't tell you how much it is, but you know what? I'll check. Because it takes me like 2 seconds. It is currently $14.99. If you don't want to pay that, I think you can get it free on mobile. Oh, I gotta start... Oh, no, I can continue. Excuse me. Anyway, I think I might, leave this on this for a mo while I pop off to the bathroom, because, you know, I've been going through my Pepsis, like... Do you say it Balatro? So do I. But apparently the dev doesn't like it when people call it Balatro, because according to him, it's pronounced Balatro. I don't know, dude. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this for a mo while I go pop off to the bathroom, and I'll be back in just a sec. Okay, I lived. Oh, goodness. Elantra's free for PlayStation members. It's also on Game Pass, if you pay for Game Pass. So, you know, you can get it free if you have, like, you know, one of those. I couldn't tell you about Switch. It wouldn't surprise me if it's on Switch. But, oh gosh, hello Vinny. You know, now is a perfect time to see if the webcam wants to work. I don't think it does. Because it doesn't want to... Yeah, no idea why my webcam just decides that it's... Congratulations on not dying. That's a mood. Yes, it's good to see you too, little man. My little baby Vinny is here. And he is little and a baby. Alright, let's buy some planets. Anyway, the gist of this game, for those if you haven't, like, you know, been here long enough to catch it or whatnot, basically you just kind of throw out some, like, poker hands and try to, you know, get enough points to beat, like, whatever round you're playing. And you can upgrade stuff. Like, the planets get you, general, like, hand upgrades. So, like, I upgraded 4 of a kind just now, so it gets more. This red is the multiplier, and this, blue is, like, the coin here, the chips, the points right here, poker chips. And I can upgrade, well, I can't for right now because I only got, like, 2, but I can buy, like, different cards, right? To, you know, and there's different ones, they do different abilities, but, like, there's ones that are, like, glass, or, like, stone, or etc., and jokers give you different, like, advantages and whatnot. So, like, this one, this weird, funky, foiled, banana joker, it does plus 15 multiplier, but it has a 1 in 6 chance of it destroying itself at the end of a round. Not necessarily my cup of tea. The one that I've got, the final hand on the final round does a times 3 multiplier. And so, like, this level, I have to get 1,200 chips or more. It's pretty good, like, just zone out type of game. I don't even understand poker much at all, and Ian doesn't either, and it's pretty easy to follow. Let me see if I've... Yep, Ian still hasn't messaged me, so he either doesn't have service at that new house, or, you know, things are just going A-okay and he's having, like, no issues. I assume he's probably not going to have too many issues. But, still. Yeah, it is late for you, isn't it? It's like 3 a.m. or something. Night. Yeah, Sims and Power Wash Sim are good zone out games. I haven't played Power Wash Sim. I think Ian has it. And... he bought, like, all the DLC for it. Oh gosh, what's the house one? House Flipper? That's a good one. Though I'd call them more, not so much like zone out games, more so like, cozy, comfortable, kind of relax you type of games. Games like this, like the stereotypical, like, game that would be good on phone. Oh shoot, I botched the run. Let's try Yellow Deck this time, because I start with money, I can buy more... Excuse me, I can buy more jokers. I didn't really get good jokers at all. I think that was half of my issue with that past run. Excuse me. Like, the mobile games that you'd play on, like, your cell phone, they're pretty, like, you know, mind-numbing, just kind of zone out, and what? When someone starts talking to you again. Get rid of these smaller cards, because I like my bigger boys. I think the main reason why I got into this is because I saw Ian put... Well, let me look up on my friends here if I can find Ian. He has put 75 hours as of today into this game. So I saw him playing it, and him, you know... Oh, showing me stuff, like... They have... The suits you can customize to be different, themed after different games or other things. So, again, I got Mayor Lewis as a king over here, which is kind of cute. Oh, shoot, what am I doing? There's 4 of a kind. Whew, that's a good one. I only needed 300. I got 900. It's just one of those, like, good, satisfying games. But I figured because I was already playing it and had sunk 4 hours into it before I went on stream, I thought, you know... You want to play Stardew? Yeah. I love my cozy games. I should probably play Stardew again sometime soon. Hey, Sebastian. Sebastian was the first one I married. Out of all of them that I've gotten, I've probably married Shane the most, but when I started playing, Shane wasn't a marriage candidate. Him and Emily weren't available on oh, they weren't available on release as like dating candidates. That came in like a later update. Now, let's see. Yeah, I don't need any of that. I'll just keep my 12 for now. I've also, I've partnered up with Krobus in the past. That one I kind of like, but I don't like that it's, like, so, like, platonic, because you can't actually, like, marry Krobus. Fuck, I hit play instead of... Ugh. Shane, I think, is my favorite because I do fall under that archetype of I can fix him, even if I don't think I am. When they said that, oh, you can marry Shane now, I was like, alright, fine, I'll try it. And then, like, I started to kind of, like, resonate with him a little bit with, like, being, like, that depressed, and he's only a drunk and an asshole because he's that depressed, and I'm like, that hits, dude. Like, that makes sense. Bro tries to have, like, a suicide attempt, and you can convince him not to do it, you know, like, that hit close to home, and I'm like, alright, Shane, I love you. But you do fix him. That's true, you do. His whole romance is basically fixing him. Although I think you can fix him just as, like, his friend, too. But I do like his blue chickens. I do quite like the blue chickens. Let's see. Let's get some card upgrades. Yeah, Diamond's probably the best. And some Celestial to get, like, the plays upgraded. Full House, High Card, 3 of a kind. Well, that's the one I'm more likely to use. It's 3 of a kind. This shit is literally teaching me poker, dude. It's just like how chess game is teaching me freaking chess. Yeah, no, that does make total sense. I'm exactly the same way. It's like, it's not so much that I want to fix you, but hey, I can probably help you fix yourself by being, you know, supportive. Being a good friend / partner. I know there's some people that don't romance him at all just because he has like a dirty room, which valid, it would mess up your house. 3 of a kind. Take my 8s. Yes, the Queen of Clubs is a Deathclaw. Let me go back over these, because, you weren't here when we started up and I went over all of them. It's one of the main reasons why I was like, alright, fine, I'll try it. So, you can customize what your, face cards are. And it's so freaking cool. So for spades, you know, we got default, there's cards for The Witcher, Cyberpunk 2077, Shovel Knight, Don't Starve, Assassin's Creed, or Slay the Princess, those are my personal favorite. For hearts, you can have Among Us, The Binding of Isaac, Cult of the Lamb, which is my personal pick, Divinity Original Sin 2, which I need to play the Divinity series, Critical Role, which is more specifically just characters from Vox Machina. Good show, by the way. Bug Snacks. I kind of don't like Bug Snacks. It makes me uncomfortable. For clubs, yep, we got Fallout. But we go back here and Vampire Survivor, Slay the Spire, Potion Craft, Warframe, Vault Tech, and Dead by Daylight. And then for diamonds, Dave the Diver, Stardew Valley, Enter the Gungeon. I have no idea what this 1000x resist is. I have the slightest idea. Civ 7, and Rust. No Undertale? Maybe they'll add Undertale. I don't think they originally released with all these. The dev might be trying to come up with like some other ones and that would be like what card would be like a good fit for Undertale and like what would be good for like another set. But it might also be like a game that you could easily mod to. I don't know. But I do quite like that. Yeah, oh, I'm definitely loving the options too. I'm a big fan of. I put on Fallout as what is it, the clubs or whatever. I put Fallout on. I was originally playing with Slay the Spire on my own time, but for this playthrough I put on Fallout because we've played New Vegas. Devil May Cry. See, I've never played that. I might like it, I might not. I don't know. There's so many games out there that I probably should try. Ian wants me to try Kingdom Hearts. Sure, we'll take that one. It's a creepy thing. Ugh. It's basically, Scary Face, the Pokemon move. 2 pair, gimme. Hello, Vinny. Or are you upset the air conditioner's still on and it's 10 o'clock at night? I'm sorry, dear, but it's... Well, let me see. It is 74.4 degrees in this house, little love. Yes, it is. It's still hot. He just keeps looking at my air conditioner and putting his ears back. It won't hurt you. You're used to this. It happens. You can still get up there and look out the window. Real world origin of the Deathclaw. I don't think you have. That doesn't sound familiar to me. I know we've talked about Tarantula Hawk Wasps being for the inspiration for Cazadors. I always thought it was monarch butterflies until I found out what the absolute terror that hawk wasps are. Oh, spooky. What's in your top 3 games? I really need to like sit down and make like a top top 10, top 20 of, like, my favorite games. Or at least, like, for what it is, for because I'm sure, like, some people might be interested in that. Ooh, that's kind of tempting. Alright, I'll get that. I got you $1. Gotta be quicker than that. Take my straight, my heterosexual. Take my gay ally attack. I think Resident Evil is the only one I've played out of those, and even that's really only been, like, a little bit of 8. What was that one? Biohazard, whichever one Biohazard was with, like, the hillbillies. And I never even, like, really finished it. I just kind of, like, started a little bit of it. And same with, 9 as well. I started a little bit of it. I'm kind of kicking myself for not doing this. I have it, and I still probably could do it. But I remember saying to the Discord, like, 2 years ago, what if we streamed the entirety of the newest Resident Evil, but every time Lady Dimitrescu is on screen, I have to sing Killer Queen by Queen. Oh, I know 4 is the best because they make a new version of it every goddamn year. Yeah, I mean, it would probably be a hell of a challenge for me to pick one as well. Get rid of that 2. Well, I expected it to destroy the 2, but apparently not. Don't play the reboot from 2013. I think I've heard that. The face cards are drawn face down. Ah, hell. Not anything usable. Shame. Yeah, I've heard... Excuse me, the reboots were kind of icky, because... from back then, because they completely redid, like, the main character, and he wasn't his, like, iconic look or whatever. Yeah, here. Oh, 3 of a kind. Whoa! 7s. Triple 7s be upon ye. That's a very good lucky number. If you know anything about numerology, quote-unquote. Just those in the spiritual side of the, spiritual witchy community say that, like, the angel number 777 is about as good as you can get. They might have had fur. Interesting. And it's up a pair, because then we can just play pairs, and it's not, like, it's absolute garbage. $2K. Oh boy. Yeah, like right now, a pair. Whoa. 8 be upon you. Getting riddled with these frickin' pears. I do quite like Vault Boy is the king. That's quite cute. Oh, I'm out of discards. Never mind. I guess just take my pair and like it. I don't know, dude. I can get 2 pair. Alright, well, hopefully that'll get us the points that I need. Oh, yeah, this definitely will, because we're getting stacked with my jokers. It's on fucking fire. Oh, yeah, I would say when it's like almost 4K over what was necessary, I think I'd win $3 for all that crap. What do you do? I can't really afford any of these. Well, onward to the next round, I guess. Ooh, 4 of a kind. Take the vibes. I'm surprised I've held out this long. I've impressed myself. I thought, oh, I'll be live for like an hour and chat with folks. God, my second Pepsi is almost gone, dude. No wonder I had to have a bathroom break. A bathroom break. Whew. Let's see. Sell you, and I'll take this. Because that one helps pears. I know it's pears in too, but my brain is like, haha, fruit. Double aces. For some reason, my brain just defaulted to 7 aces. Go on, get. Tens and nines. Oof. I think it'd be nice if they made, like, reference to, like, other video games in, like, every... But with all the cards, but like with the numbers and stuff, but you probably won't. Oh fuck, I hit play instead. When you smoke weed in the bathroom. Yeah, that's probably exactly what it is. Whew. Discard. God. My straight jacket. Because let's be honest, like with the way my personality is, 100 years ago, I would be... I would have been locked up a long time ago. I'm a little cuckoo. If I wasn't burned at the stake for being a witch. Although I say 100 years ago as if like 100 years ago wasn't 1920. 200 years ago then. Let's upgrade some diddly darn cards. Glass 10, that's good. Unfortunately they can break, but... Not the most amazing pairs, but one of them's glass, so it gets a multiplier. Vinny, what are you doing? You're not sure if you should be surprised or just proud. I guess I would be proud. I didn't know what speed was until, like, my mom told me that she had taken it. And I always knew, like, it was a drug, but it took me a long time to realize that, oh, it's just, like, it's ridiculously high doses of caffeine. Shit would put me to sleep. How it helped my mom just wake up in the morning and shit, I'll never know. By the way, that's one of the only drugs that my mom's ever done, other than, you know, marijuana. Because she would go drinking about every single night with, her roommate, right? And then they'd wake up to go to their next shift and they'd take speed, unknowingly, of course. They thought it was just, you know, something to help them get going in the morning. I mean, I guess, technically. You don't know anything about drugs. That's fine. As long as you know well enough, like, what to avoid. Who cares, you know? I'm just glad marijuana is finally legal, because it being illegal was, like, the stupidest damn thing. Oh, hello, Boo Bear. I myself haven't done much worse than just, like, marijuana myself. I've done the alcohol and I've done the pot, and that's about it. What was really funny, since we're on about drugs and, like, asking our relatives about them, I had, like, asked my parents, like, oh, have you ever done substances? Like, because I feel like we always, you know, ask our relatives at one point or another. I figured that it would be the opposite of what actually ended up being the truth. I figured that my mom would have been, like, done nothing, and maybe my dad would have been the one that, you know, experimented. Nope, the most my dad ever did was smoke cigarettes. And that he started smoking when he was 15, and that was about the worst he ever did. He didn't smoke pot, he didn't, you know, he would drink, but even that, not so bad. You get out of here, I need this one in my life. There. But I was so surprised when I was like, yup, I've been an alcoholic before, I've been, you know, I've done pot, I've done speed, and I'm like, holy shit. Because I expected, you know, like, my dad to be the one, well, you know, I've smoked pot and I tried this, but my dad's like, well, I smoked cigarettes when I was 15. Oof. This one has 0 discards. That's gonna suck. Well, I guess we're just gonna hope for some good combos with pear. God, okay, yeah, just take all of those and just get rid of them. Yeah, I think I'm gonna lose, dude. Oh, well. Oh, bless you. Somebody just had a cute little sneeze. Oh, God, I'd have to have, like, a kick-ass next hand. I don't think I'm gonna have a kick-ass next hand. And all because I don't have fucking, discards. Can't get rid of my crappy cards. Although, maybe I'll be... Okay. I guess I got really fucking lucky. I'm surprised even myself. Whew. Up my 2 pair, because that's one of my most used plays, I do believe. Let's see what else I can up the grade. I guess straight, because straight's only level 1, get it to level 2. I guess that. We'll take that too, because... I mean, like, a lot of, like, the bitter alcohol and stuff, I can't do it all. I need my fruity bitch drinks, the dangerous ones that you don't know how much you're drinking because it just tastes nice. Like, that's all I can do. Like, that, when you can tolerate, the crappy drinks, it's kind of a pro because you know how much you've drank, whereas, like, the stuff that tastes good, that's a little bit harder. But stuff like, daiquiris, margaritas, at least the sweet ones, stuff like that I can do. But, like, bitter stuff like beer, unless it's, like, fruity flavored beer, because I do have flavored beers, it's not for me. Yeah, having addict parents, I could see why, that would make you not want to consume literally anything. That stuff's also genetic, too. Like, if you have parents or, like, a close relative... Oh, hey, Digi, what's up? Like, for me, specifically, like, I'm more prone to being an alcoholic because my great-grandfather was an alcoholic. So, I'm a little bit more predisposed to... But then again, also, it's stuff like that, and just, like, from where my family's been, like, I have an ungodly high alcohol tolerance. Did I ever tell you about the time that God, I think it was schnapps. I got caramel schnapps or something. God, I can see it now, but I couldn't tell you what the hell it was. It was some caramel drink that you're only supposed to have, like a shot or 2 of, and that's it. I drank the entire fucking bottle in one sitting, and I was fine. I didn't even have a fucking hangover, but that was also because, like, I was smart, and, like, 2 hours before I went to bed, I started drinking exclusively water, and I had, like, a snack. I was taught how to de-alcoholify myself. But, yeah, being German, Scottish, Irish, all the stereotypical drunk, the drunk nationalities, I've got them in me, and I think that's what made me immune to, drinking. So I could handle that. I could handle that obscene amount of alcohol and still be fine, but I couldn't drink more than 1.5 Four Locos without getting fucked up. That was the only time I ever got hungover, and the only time I ever blacked out was a fucking Four Loko. Speaking of which, have you guys seen the, I don't remember his username, but, his name is Jace, and he's friends with that Josh from England guy, and they post on, like, Instagram and TikTok. Well, anyway, they go to the US all the time, and he doesn't know shit about, like, our alcohol over here. He thought Four Loko was an energy drink, and for, like, a week, he was just, this Jace guy was drinking a Four Loko a day to be, like, his boost to get started for the day. And every American's like, no, you idiot! You fool! That's the really hardcore stuff. That's the forget everything juice. Oh, I've got French ancestry too. Let's look at that. We've got the same DNA coded. How disappointed my ancestors must be. I mean, if it's not for you, it's not for you. Lost a run. I wasn't even paying attention. I've been reading chat and just chatting, having a time. Oh gosh, hello Freya. It's good to see you. I'll get rid of these. Maybe I can. Aha! That's exactly what I was looking for. Heterosexual. Anyway, so Jace found out that, from all the Americans, like, a couple days later, that, oh, that's very hard alcohol. And then he tried, you know, oh, I'm gonna try, like, other alcohols. And then he tried it, like, Mad Dog. Which is another... I haven't even tried Mad Dog, but it's up there with, like, the forget everything juice level of, like, Four Loko. And he's like, this is actually really nice. It's fruity. And everyone's like, no! Use that. Let's see, I've got 7 left. Yeah, let's get a Joker pack. What do we got? Sure. Bro, looks like queso and clown makeup. Jeez. Take my 2 pairs. Since I was on about, like, Teehee the fruit whenever I get a pear. I think there's a pear tree up my street. It's in, like, my neighbor's yard. Not over here. I've got apple trees. Another straight. My family wondered if we had a Native American ancestry, because I have, like, an odd last name. But I've taken DNA tests. There's, like, nowhere does it say Native at all, so I just have a funky last name, I guess. Buy one of you. Now we have Clown Queso watching over us. I don't even watch his content. I just, like, occasionally, like, I'll find one of his highlights or something that someone's reposted on, like, TikTok or something. What are y'all doing? Why are you on my refrigerator? Freya! Get off of my refrigerator! It is not a place for tiny little ladies. No, it is not. You stinky stink. See, there's not even room for you. Vinny had a sister. Good freaking God. This is why I can't have nice things, because I have 3 young cats. She was just chilling on my freezer. Looking around for stuff, which she's not supposed to do, because there's stuff up there like hammers that she could knock over and, like, hurt herself or one of her siblings, or, you know, there's a lot of things that she could get into trouble with, but no. I'm a cat. I'm curious by nature. I believe there's a saying about this. Well, anyway, I've saved tiny Stinkus, baby. She's a sweet pea. Occasionally, she shows affection by headbutting you as hard as she can. That's what she does if you're not paying full attention to her. And she wants to be, like, pet. She just comes up and bonk. Like, normal cats are like, oh, I love you, and they, like, put their head towards you like that. Please, you know, pet me, or, you know, I'm gonna rub with forehead first into you. Not Freya. She's like, she just headbutts. She's like a freaking, like, one of the rams. She's like, forehead down and sprint. Jumping up on places. Yeah, she's not too bad. But, occasionally she does jump up on something that she's not supposed to. She's definitely built for being up high and climbing. Unfortunately, I don't have, like, the means to... She's got a cat tree, but, you know, maybe I'll try to get her some, like, other stuff. She jumps, like, on top of my doors and shit and just, like, hangs out there, or... I literally woke up on my birthday. How my birthday started was a huge crash because she jumped up on a shelf that I've loaded full of crap so that she can't get on top of it. And she tried jumping on there anyway and lost her footing and took several things down with her. And somehow they didn't break. So yeah, that's my baby. Playing a 10 or a 4. Sure. We'll go for walkie-talkie. It doesn't help that Vinny's sort of also an instigator as well. I mean, just look at how the last stream started, where I was like, yeah, we're just gonna sit here and wait for some people to get in, and Jesus Christ, Vincent! Because he, for some reason, just loves knocking over this thing of sriracha that we have in our house that's like, oh gosh, several ounces. It's probably about like a good pound or so worth of freaking sriracha that he just, you know, knocks over and then stares and waits for me to come around to try to pick it up. Well, good fucking lord! God. This is why I can't have nice things. I've got felines. And I like that my AC unit is on because it's cool in here, and that means they don't get overheated by doing naughty activities. I don't have any boosters for my pears. Not my pears! Oh! Woe, 2 pair be upon ye. God, it doesn't feel like it's almost 11 o'clock at night where I am, but... sure the shit it is. Oh shit, I don't have an 8. Well, take my 2 6s and I guess hope for the best. Thank you, Queso, for giving me the boost. But I think this might be the end. Ah, shoot, I could have, Yep, there goes the run. I lost at the fish! Anyway. Now that it's getting cooler out again, I'm starting to feel kind of okay. It's not so icky. I'm not sure if I'll do, the Animal Crossing, birthday, event thing. I said I was going to, but now I'm kind of wondering if maybe I should skip it. Just because, for how hot it is, it's easier to just do, like, whatever I've got on here right now. Whereas, like, doing something on, with Switch, it requires a little bit more setup. But hopefully I can do some more Animal Crossing maybe this weekend. I might try to push for more Pokemon first, just so we can finish that Nuzlocke run. I've been putting it off. I feel like Animal Crossing, we can come back to it anytime. Oh, Benny, what are you doing now? I heard a little meow. So he's causing troubles. Like he always does, the goober. Professional Goobinsons. That's my Benny boy. Professional goober. He's good at what he does, unfortunately. Unfortunately for him. Oh. I just want a 10, dude. I just want a 10. Damn it. I just wanted to go for a straight. Damn it. Well, what are you meow-mowing about now, buddy? Well, there we go. I won. I just realized because we were playing a new round, we lost Queso. Oops. Let's see. Oh, hi, Vinny. It's good to see you, little man. You are not getting up on that counter. No, you are not. Don't even be thinking about it. I see those little dusty gears in your brain just a-turning. You better stop that. You better knock that crap off, I tell you what. I've got a wet cloth here to cool myself off. I'll be sticking it up your bum if you're not careful. It's cold and it's wet right up your tiny bunghole. And you're gonna say, ooh, that's quite uncomfortable. I'm gonna say, this is what happens. God. Okay. Thank you for getting down. You're a good boy, Vinny. The goad. Well, for the most part, my cats get to go everywhere too, but like, what they do is they jump up on crap, and then they knock stuff over. I would love to let them up everywhere, but when they're up extra high, like I meant more like the top of my counter, because my mom has like this weird storage thing that she bought. I really could take or leave the stupid thing, but she had to have it. So there's this big, it's a big cupboard thing. It's got shelves down at the bottom. It's got like a big cupboardy bit that you can open up on the bottom with like drawers and stuff. There's a flat bit, and then up top there's another cupboard that's see-through with like some glass, and it's nice. But he wants to get up on the very top of it, where there are things like alcohol, and I don't just mean like, the light stuff. I mean like vodka that somebody gave me. That I see they've already knocked over. I really need to dump it because it's like old stuff anyway, but... Ooh, this is a good one. I have to get that. And you... We'll also get you. And we'll just call that a day. Okay. Normally I don't care, but like... It's... They knock stuff over or they're really loud when they're up there. Freya's favorite thing is to get up on my door while I'm asleep on my bedroom. She jumps up on there, she'll stand on the top of my door, and then she will scream. And it's like, what do you want me to do? I'm trying to sleep. It's like 5 a.m. Stop it. I think what I really need to do, if Ian and I get, like, a house sometime in the future, I can't do too much renovation stuff, like, on this house. Like, that would be, like, putting stuff up on the wall, because this is a trailer with drywall. But if I had, like, a home that didn't have drywall, I would be putting, like, stuff like a carpeted wall and, like, a bunch of, platforms and stuff for them, like, in one room that's got, like, a cat tree and stuff in them, and... I would, like, customize a giant room for them that, you know, yeah, I'll have other stuff in it that's my stuff, but let them have that up high and get to, you know, by the ceiling like they want so bad. Freya just wants to be up as high as she possibly can be, which is great, but she's also very fucking clumsy. She's also thinks that she can climb into the ceiling somehow and just hasn't figured out how yet. Because she's not the brightest. I love her, but she is quite stupid, but like in an endearing, very funny way. I was telling my hairdresser when I was getting a haircut yesterday that I always say it's Freya's first time being a cat, because things that like normal cats just come pre-packaged with, they already know how to do. She doesn't understand in the slightest how to do it. She's also very clumsy. Like, still to this day, she's almost 3 years old, and she still does not understand how to chatter at prey. If she sees a bug that she cannot reach, she screams. You know, my other cats, they see a bird outside, they see a bird, and they go that chatter thing. Not Freya. She's like, meh! And then the bird flies away, and she can't figure out why. And she's always falling off stuff. It's her first time being a cat, and she doesn't know how to do the controls. It's like she was pre-programmed to be a mouse and keyboard, but they handed her, like, an old, like Nintendo 64 controller and said figure it out, and she still hasn't figured it out. Yeah, cats totally think, oh, that's not my problem. That's not a me problem. The second they break something. She is a special being. She's just a cute little bit. She is. But, you know, when you think of cats, you're like, oh, cats are so graceful, and, you know, they carry themselves in such a graceful way, and, you know, they don't typically fall and trip over themselves. Not Freya. She's just... Most cats can fall on their feet if they lose their balance. Not Freya. She'll fall flat on her face or on her back. I've seen her miss a jump at the cat tree and, like, claw and then lose her grip and then just fall straight onto her back and just get up and try again. She's a silly little baby. Again, like I said earlier, she doesn't know how to just, like, do that, oh, I'm just gonna lightly rub my head against you. She, like, headbutts. Like a ram. She just bonk right into your face. One of these days I'm gonna wake up with a bloody nose, and it's gonna be because she headbutted me. She's very cuddly though. She'll wake you up in the middle of the night to cuddle with her because she wants to be under your blanket so she can cuddle with you. She's a sweet baby. Incredibly clumsy, but she's sweet. Other than just getting up on stuff that, you know, probably not the safest for her, she's usually a good cat, but sometimes she'll knock stuff over that she's not supposed to and then, like, stare at it like, why did that happen? And then when I say, don't do that, she's like, the fuck do you mean? Like, if she were a type of stereotype, she would be like, I mean, it's not the case anymore, but she would be like the go-to dumb blonde, you know? Now I'm out of my cock. I'm out of my peepus. My cola. So now I'm back to circle water. 777s again. I probably should have done the 2 aces. Oops. Whoops-a-doodle. Now I can do the aces. Dude, I only need like 7 chips. I'm gonna get way over. Oh, circle is in, like, the circle drinks. Like, the circle water bottles that they have the flavor sip things. The flavor cartridges, yeah. The tower, ooh. Does it come in triangle, too? I have no idea. The flavor I've got is, Sabrosita, fresh strawberry. Which, Sabrosita is their, oh gosh, it's their, Latin American inspired ones. Those are clubs. Okay, well, so it won't matter. Take my straight. I need to get some more circle flavors. I'm sure Ian will be ordering them soon. It'll be one of the first thing he gets when he's got his first paycheck. Yeah, I don't think Ian has a... So I'm checking my phone occasionally, just to see if he's bitching about work. He must not have a service. Oh, I'm out of discards. Oops. Anyway, their IT department sucks, which I think is shitty. You know how, like, a lot of workplaces have staff Wi-Fi? Yeah, the company Ian works for, the IT department is, like, ungodly strict. And staff, employees are not allowed onto the Wi-Fi system. If they see a new device that they can trace to, like, one of the employees has, you know, been on the Wi-Fi, you're gonna get written up for it, which I think is one of the most asinine things I've ever heard in my fucking life. Especially when you're gonna be there for 12 hours and, like, most of your time, you're probably not gonna be doing much. Because, yeah, okay, they do kind of keep you there for, like, slave labor-esque hours, but most of the work is, like, making a meal for patients, or doing some paperwork, or doing some laundry, or, you know, like, what Ian and his coworkers usually do is, for the patients, they have, like, every subscription under the sun, so they'll all just, like, watch movies and shit. Like, if you're doing day shift, when you're not, like, you know, doing some general cleaning, and, like, some paperwork and, like, laundry and crap, like, you're allowed to just sit around and watch TV if you want. But, like, not being able to, like, check something on the internet, like, that's kind of bullshit. This isn't medieval times. I kind of agree. I think it's, really shitty of them to not have access to Wi-Fi. Especially because, like, in some areas, you know, there's just not service. So, you know, if you have an important text or call that comes through, it's just too bad. But you would have gotten that call if you have Wi-Fi calling enabled and you were allowed to get on the Wi-Fi, but it'll bite them in the ass one day when somebody's, you know, misses the birth of their child, or, you know, something will happen that'll make somebody want to sue them because, you know, they couldn't be there for the birth of their child, or, you know, their mom died and they didn't even know because they were stuck at work for 24 hours and they get home and she's dead, or so, you know. Something will happen. And they'll probably change it. Yeah, Wi-Fi is everything. I personally live in a ditch where there's not a lot of, like, data at all. So I 100% rely on my good internet and Wi-Fi calling to make important phone calls. Not that I have to make them very often, but, you know, if I have to go talk on the phone to, you know, update my insurance, or to pay, like, my egregious propane bill to fucking to make my stove work, you know, call in my prescriptions, you know, I need my Wi-Fi to be able to do that because I live at the very bottom of a hill that's, like, right, its own little, like, valley kind of setup. So it divots and it's all cell reception just cuts off. So everybody always drops calls here. Even if I get, like, food delivery, if I get DoorDash, sometimes if they have certain providers that don't, like, Verizon typically works out here, but, like, if you have, like, T-Mobile or AT&T, I can always tell, like, what provider a DoorDasher has if, like, about a mile or two from my house, they just stop moving on the little radar. I'm like, oh, okay, you hit the blackout zone, I see. You've hit the dead zone. When my family visited more, they'd always complain about that. God, you live in a ditch. How do you survive? I have Wi-Fi. I remember one time my mom and I had to scramble for cash because we had ordered from some place, and I think they're now closed, but they came out with a card reader, but the card reader needed, like, data to function for us to pay with a card. So we ended up having to call them to take the payment, otherwise they wouldn't give us, like, our pizza, which is valid because, you know, we have to be able to pay, but it wouldn't even let them on Wi-Fi. I said, I can give you my Wi-Fi password, but the thing wouldn't let them onto my Wi-Fi. It needed either, like, data specifically or, you know, me to hand them cash. So we had to, like, call and explain and then put the, you know, worker on the phone to confirm, yes, corroborate the story, if you will, and, yeah, can you just charge my card this amount? And, like, you know, charge an extra, like, $5-6 so that these poor kids get a tip for having to stand out here and try to figure this out with us. I mean, like, it's cool that they could, like, you know, theoretically you can, like, just bring a card reader. The delivery kids can just, like, have card readers with them, so you don't have to pay for cash anymore, or, you know, pay online beforehand, but apparently it doesn't work for those of us that live out in the boonies. That is, one of my concerns with, like, some stuff with, like a Switch 2, like, where you don't own any of the games, even if, like, you buy the cartridge, like, if you pay $10 more for a physical copy, it's just, like, a key code that gives you access to the server to download it. Okay, well, if you don't have good Wi-Fi, you're kind of just fucked. I'm waiting for something awful to happen that, like, people are gonna bitch up a storm and Nintendo's gonna be forced to change their shit. Did you see that they can brick your console at any point with the Switch 2 if you even dare to change anything about it and they find out? They can just make it a paperweight because they don't want you to mod it. Which I think is stupid. Now I don't feel bad if I ever, you know, download an emulator with one of their games. Yep, $80 for digital, $90 for physical. And the physical, all it fucking is a chip with a fucking code on it. $10 for a useless, you know, chip, basically. It's bullshit is what it is. Yeah, the Switch 2 ain't worth it. Especially, like, here in the States with, like, the tariff nonsense. It's just, it ain't worth it. Because it's gonna be, like, what, $500? And $500 for something that I don't even legally own. I'm just paying for the license to you know, have access to the device itself. Fuck you, Nintendo. Yeah, no thanks. I mean, I think enough people will buy it, but they're gonna have to change something. It seems like the exact same thing as... Do you remember when Xbox One was about to release, and, like, they were doing this, like, digital-only crap? Where, like, you couldn't share games, like, they had that awful DRM crap. Like, it seems like Nintendo's just turning into that, and that DRM crap with Microsoft didn't last. They backpedaled very fast. You always thought you'd wait for 2. Well, at least on the bright side, you can get a original Switch for much cheaper once it releases. I would recommend that because it seems like a lot of the mainline games, they're gonna, you know, it's gonna be backwards compatible for a while. So, here's hoping. Alright, well, I think almost 3 hours of funky card game is enough. I've also drank so much I gotta go to the bathroom again. But I think I'll end stream because it's been almost 3 hours. That's a lot longer than I expected. I thought, oh, I'll be live for maybe an hour. I'll try to push out an hour and go on my merry way and go back to bed or something. But no, now that it's going down, I'm feeling okay. But that's good. I can save my strength, so maybe tomorrow when it's cooler, I can actually do another stream. Alright, well, thank you for joining me for, you know, this Gab Fest. Greatly appreciated it. We've had, like, 8 or 9 people concurrently throughout this, this whole mess, so thank you for joining me throughout all this. And it's been fun. I'll see you guys in the next one. You have a good day or night or whatever time of day it is for you, and I'll see you hopefully tomorrow if or well, it's tomorrow for me. It's an hour left of the day for me. With something, as long as the weather's good and my body doesn't say,